You tried rest, ice, pills, heat, and nothing seems to help your hip pain at night. Maybe somebody said you have bursitis or arthritis or some other hip issue. I always found medical advice for hip pain to be kind of frustrating and oftentimes pointless. So I'm going to share what I have learned and exercises that I know work for me, and hopefully they're helpful for you. Grab a massage ball or a tennis ball, or you can use something harder like a softball or a baseball. You're going to put it up against the wall, and you're just going to gently lean into it with your outer hip. And full disclosure, I'm not a doctor and I'm also not a lawyer, so standard disclaimer here is everything is general education and at your own risk. I don't know if this is suitable for you. It's your body, so ultimately you need to decide what works for your body and what doesn't, all right? You have muscles all around the outer hip. You want to find them, teach them to relax by giving them some gentle to medium pressure. If you don't have a lot of muscle here and you feel like you're just rolling on bone, then do this super gentle or not at all. If you have thick muscles here and they feel really stiff and tight, and you can feel sharp sensations of like, ooh, wow, that is stiff and tight, spend about 1 to 2 minutes finding those spots and giving them a chance to relax with gentle to medium pressure. You don't want to be smashing hard into bone, so if you don't feel like you're rolling on meat and you're just crushing bones or blood vessels, just stop and let's move on. And don't forget to test both sides. Then you'll be on a padded surface on your hands and knees. If this isn't comfortable for your hands, you can do this on your fists, or you can use something like a yoga block under each hand to give you a less stressful hand position. You can also use cushions or yoga block like this so that you can just be resting on your elbow and forearms. Then we're going to move your pelvis into anterior tilt and posterior tilt just to warm things up. Think about somebody grabbing your underwear back here to give you a wedgie, pulling towards the back of your head. That is anterior tilt. And then if they're trying to pull your pants down, that's pulling your tail between your legs. That is posterior tilt. So you're going anterior and posterior. And you're trying not to move your whole body as you do this. You want everything to stay still and just get the pelvis to move into, here's posterior and then anterior tilt. You're going to do this 5 to 10 times. If you haven't done this ever, you might feel like it's shaky, wobbly, or things are catching or not quite able to go as far as you want them to. That's okay. Take your time. Remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. And gradually, over weeks and months, you will notice that the range of motion improves and that your control improves. And we all like improvement. Then we're going to strengthen the outer hip. So you're going to stay on all fours using any supports you need for your hands and wrists. And then you're going to be lifting your leg out to the side. Imagine there's a fire hydrant and you're peeing on it. And then you can bring it back down. You're just going to lift it, hold it, and slowly back down. The longer you hold it out at the side, the harder this is going to get, and slowly back down. You should feel this all around this area, and you can adjust where you feel it by playing with the angle. So I just showed you lifting it directly out to the side, but you could also go a little bit behind this way, or you could go a lot behind this way. You can even come up towards your shoulder and lift it like that. Make sure you're moving the leg relative to the pelvis and the rest of your body. You don't want to be cheating by moving your whole body thinking you're lifting the leg when really you're just twisting everything. Do both sides till you feel some medium level of fatigue. And don't be surprised if one side is clearly weaker than the other side, and don't be surprised if that's the side that hurts more when you're lying in bed. Once you've done both sides, you can take a little bit of a rest, especially if your hands and wrists are getting tired. When you feel ready, you'll go back into the all fours position, and then you're going to be lifting your leg up like this. So you're doing what's called a donkey kick. Notice that my knee is staying bent, and then I'm lifting up so that the thigh is getting as close to parallel with the floor as possible. When you first start, you might find that you really can't get it very far, and this is all you got, and you might feel some nasty cramping in your hamstrings or in your butt. I'm sorry. Over time, the muscles will get strong enough to do this, but until that day, you might need to stay just shy of the point that feels like overwhelming and then cramp. Make sure you're moving your leg relative to the pelvis and that you're not cheating by dumping into anterior tilt or lowering your whole body to make it seem like your leg is getting higher. You want to make sure that the pelvis is staying stable and that you are in control of it and you are determining what it does from moment to moment. If you want to, you can play with being in posterior pelvic tilt. It's going to make the exercise a lot harder. You can play with going into more anterior tilt to get a little extra range, and definitely practice just being in a stable neutral position so that you can really feel that butt cheek firing. The longer you hold it up, the harder it's going to be, and make sure you're going slow on the way down. You don't want to be using momentum at any point to make this easy. The key is to actually feel the muscles working. Then you can go ahead and lie down on your side, and you're going to just think about the top leg right now and that side butt. You're going to lift the leg up towards the ceiling, hold it there, and slowly back down. This will activate muscles similar to the fire hydrant, but it is going to feel a little different, and it's going to challenge these hip muscles in a different way. This position really helps improve comfort levels when sleeping on your side because it's literally the side sleeping position, and it's pumping blood and building muscle, which is building crush resistance when you are lying down in bed. Just like with the fire hydrants, you can play with the angle of your leg. It doesn't have to be perfectly 90 degrees. Play around with intermediate angles, play around with really open angles, play around with really closed angles. Do whatever best mimics your sleep position, and find any angle that feels super weak. Hold it, go slow, don't use momentum, and enjoy the challenge. And yes, one of the sides will almost definitely be weaker than the other side. And if you find these exercises really helpful for your hips, I encourage you to check out the Healthy Hips program. You'll find it linked below and at uprighthealth.com/HH. And finally, you can turn face up, bring your legs up, try to keep your low back flat, keep your pelvis stable, and just hold this position. If you're on a really soft bed, this might be really easy because the bed is actually kind of cradling you in this position. So use a padded surface that's firm enough that you can feel whether you're losing control of your pelvis. You want to have your low back pressed down, and then you're just going to hold this position. If you feel ready for it, you can lift your head and neck up and hover just over the ground, and then you can have your hands out like this or like this, whatever feels doable. When you want more challenge, you can start to lower a leg down to the floor like this, and then do the other one. Or you can just do one side at a time for a few reps until you feel fatigue and you feel like you can't control things. The idea is to fire up your abs, make sure that those are strong enough to co-contract when your hip muscles need to work. It's going to help your back, it's going to help your hips, it's going to help everything. Hold this for 30 to 60 seconds, and if you tire out really quick, that's fine. Just build up over time. Take a rest and then start back at the first exercise for another full circuit. And just to be clear, the massage is not part of the circuit. That's just a warm-up thing you can do optionally if it feels like it helps you get better control, better range, and loosens up some tight stuff. For all these exercises, don't worry about doing a set number unless you find that motivating. You want to feel fatigue, and it's most important that you develop that connection from your brain to your butt and these other muscles. And as with all new exercises, remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. So take it slow, take it easy, don't try to push huge ranges of motion, don't be super intense with these exercises, just gradually seek some improvement. And in that first week or two, make sure you're giving yourself rest days in between days that you do these exercises, because if you haven't used these muscles in a while, they may get super sore the day after or the day after the day after. Did I say that right? Yeah, the day after the day after. It's called delayed onset muscle soreness. It's a real thing. You might not get sore the next day. It's going to be the day after. The day after. If and when you want to make these exercises more challenging, you can put an ankle weight around your leg here, and then you can do the exact same exercises, but that extra load is going to make it harder, and it's going to make your muscles work harder and get stronger. The key is always to learn to listen to your body. If it feels like your body needs more reps or more weight to feel good for longer periods of time, then give your body what it wants. And at the same time, if you are increasing reps and increasing the weight and your body feels like it's not doing well, then you need to dial it back. It's impossible for anyone to tell you with exact certainty how many reps you need to do or how much weight you need to use. And it's even less possible if that person is probably never going to meet you. And let me give you one lifestyle tip that will improve your sleep even more. It has to do with your phone and screen time in general. Before you go to bed, block out an hour where you're not looking at your phone, your TV, your computer, or any other bright device. This will help your brain and your body calm down for the night so that you can sleep, recover, and rebuild and feel refreshed the next day. And if you have a habit of staring at your phone or laptop before going to bed, I guarantee adding that hour of buffer time before going to sleep will mean you wake up with less neck and shoulder tension too. And if you want a comprehensive program to help you rebuild your hips at home, be sure to check out the Healthy Hips program. You'll find it linked below and at uprighthealth.com/HH. For a follow-along workout to help you with hip pain at night, check this video out here, and I think you'll find this one really useful as well. I'm Matt Hsu from Upright Health, reminding you that pain sucks, life shouldn't.